In this full JavaScript game development course, I'm going to teach you how to create a role-playing game using the Kaboom JavaScript library. I'll start by creating a new Kaboom.js project in Replit, the sponsor of this video. I'll just delete the starter code and I'm going to import some image assets from their assets library. You can also upload your own. I'll start the code by loading the Kaboom library and initializing a Kaboom context. Now I'll load the sprites I'll be using, which are the images I just imported. I'll create the main scene, which is the main game loop. Now I'll create the different layouts for the levels of the game. I'll store the layouts in an array with symbols to represent the sprites that will make up the levels. I'll create 2 levels, but you can feel free to add more. Now I'll actually create the levels using the level layouts. I'll set each symbol in the layout to an object with a sprite and its own components. The area component generates collider area and enables collision detection. The solid component makes it so other objects cannot move through the object. Most of the objects get a name, and the final 2 objects have messages since they are the characters the player can interact with. Now I'll get a reference to our player object, and then create a dialog text box which we can use for messages to the player. I'll keep track of if the player has the key yet, and if the player collides into the key object, the key disappears and the has key is set to true. If the player collides into the door, I'll first check if the player has the key. If the player has the key and hasn't yet finished the final level, I'll load the main scene again with the next level. If the player is on the final level, then I'll load the win scene. And if the player does not have a key, then the door won't open and a message is displayed. If the player collides into a character, the character's message is displayed. Now I'll add the code for the player movement. I'll use a dictionary of direction keys so I can loop through the dictionary to add what to do for every direction. Also, I'll set the dialog text to blank so messages go away on movement. For the win scene, I'll just display the text "You win" in the center of the screen. And finally, to start the game, the program will go to the main scene on the first level. Let's test this out. Wow, this is fun! The messages appear and go away correctly. Now you can put JavaScript Game Developer on your resume. Thanks for watching.